Hey, what's up, guys? We're at Genesis Gaming with Lucian, and he came in first place last week with his Flandrees list at our big locals over here at Genesis, and he's been playing this deck all format. We recently went to a regional with it. I think it's a really strong contender, especially with Cheerleman Unchained. Before we get into the deck, any shoutouts?
Shout out my man Chris. Shout out Charles. Shout out Say Love You.
All right.
Pretty much it.
Sounds good. Let's get into it. 40 card list?
Yeah, always. Always.
Word.
So for the Little Birds, 3 Urbina. Nothing to say about that. 3 Eaglin, 1 Stree, 1 Toucan. I thought about bumping Stree up to 2, but it was...
It's fine at 1.
Yeah, it was kind of bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now for the bigger birds, 2 Empen. I know some people are on 3.
Do you like the 2?
I like the 2 just because of my hands. Like, I have some pretty bad luck, so I end up drawing multiples. But 3 definitely does come up. I definitely see why people play 3. But 2, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think it's fine. So
You never miss the 3rd?
Sometimes I do miss the 3rd. Just when you get in these the really grindy games. I do miss the 3rd, but I think it's fine at 2. Like, I think if you play properly, like 2 is fine. Obviously 1 Avian, 1 Ryza. This card is crazy.
Shout out to Breaking Boards.
Yeah, and the Samorg. I don't play the whole package. I just play this Samorg because it makes Map Rabina better, and you can chain block everything and play around pretty much every hand trap in the game.
Yeah, it's really good for that.
Yeah, so that's that. For the flu spells, 3 Map, 1 Terraforming,
Broken.
3 Advent, play around Imperm. This card is pretty crazy. Unexplored Winds, crazy. And then 1 Dreaming Town. I do wish I would have played 2 of this card.
Oh, really?
Especially like at regionals. Yeah, 2 of this card is definitely like insane.
So like you want it just for like the like what matchups would you say? Like,
Everything.
yeah.
I just think it's correct to play 2.
Wow, yeah.
Going forward, I'm going to try to play 2. I really, just for India and everything coming up, I do want to play this deck. I still think it's pretty... I don't think it's as good as it is pre-Agov, but post-Agov, I don't know how I definitely need to play 2 Dreaming Town. Like, for sure. For sure. Out the way. All right, now for the hand traps, just 3 Ash, 3 Shifter. A lot of people only play the Shifter. I decided to play the Ash because versus my hardest matchups, Ash is like crazy. Like Branded and Labyrinth, like just Ash on the big welcome. You're pretty much
Huge.
Yeah, pretty huge. Ash on like Branded Fusion versus because Branded Despia actually is coming up a lot more than the Branded Chimera, and Despia has like a lot of recursion. You know, they can recycle resources and everything like that. So I feel like Ash was like more impactful. I don't regret playing 6 hand traps.
Nice. Would you ever like for AGov maybe change up that ratio or maybe run for some board breakers?
Maybe I got to test more.
Totally fair.
Yeah, I got to test more. Now for the non-engine, 3 Prosp, 3 Duality. Not much really to say.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Never.
Great cards.
Yeah, great cards. Some people play Extrav or like 1 Extrav. I don't think it's needed.
Really, yeah.
Yeah. For the best cards, 2 Thrust and the targets, I main Herald of the Abyss because this actually gets rid of a lot of awkward stuff that like Fluke can't out. Feather Duster. This honestly might become the Dreaming Town, the second Dreaming Town, because I draw this going first and I just look sad. Dark Ruler and this card needs to go.
Do you ever thrust off that turn 1? Thrust for that turn 1?
Yeah, more often.
Or do you go for the Dreaming Town?
I go for the Dreaming Town sometimes because this deck inherently has a consistency issue. But when my hands are crazy, when they interact with me, like via monster effect or whatever, and me setting this is like crazy. Like even if like sometimes there will be times where I have nothing, and I'm like ending on like Eaglin, and they hand trap the Eaglin because smarter players won't hand trap the Rabina; they'll hand trap the Eaglin. So then I thrust into this, and then sometimes like most decks just like can't play through that.
Yeah.
So
that's what I heard happened today. Like my friend hit with Plunder had the full hand of monsters, and you just got them.
Yeah. extra deck. I'm a firm believer that some of these cards come up. I do make these cards more often than not. Link Karibo, Anima. People don't play around this card, and sometimes like in like awkward like game states. Or
Sometimes you
whatever,
can't, honestly.
Yeah. So like. Just depending on the situation, because you can't special summon during the turn that you activate the little birds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Anima, this comes up. Phoenix comes up. Nightmare Unicorn, ignore the gold rare. I think I got it from you, actually.
Yes.
This card's fucking ugly. And then Underworld Goddess. I've never made that, but...
It's there in case.
Yeah, it's there in case. That's the links. This comes up for Zeus if I need it.
Oh, yeah.
This is just there. This can come up. This can come up. Obviously, Downer, Double Zeus. And then one time on DB, shout out to DB. He played like Maximus, so I added like these cards. Just,
Wow, yeah, no, that's a good thing to do.
yeah. Now for the side deck. The side deck definitely could be improved. So I rounded out the other two Feather Storms too evenly. I want to play a third. Definitely, like with the popularity of Rescue Aces and Sinful Spoils coming out in Agov, I definitely think I might main deck this.
Yeah.
At least one as a thrust target, but
And Lab is coming back. So.
Yeah, right. So this might go in the main. I don't know. I got to do a lot of labbing out, but this works for now. Like this has been really solid, really good. 3D barrier.
Nice.
Because of Purely. This deck actually has a really good Purely matchup. Shout out to Charlie for never beating me.
Shout out to Charlie.
I never even really need this card versus Purely because the Noir spins, like I still get my bird effects, and if I have map plus like the birds, I can like just max out their Noir so they have like nothing. So like really bad Purely players, like it's totally free.
Yeah.
AKA Charles. Nah, I love you, Charles. Man. Charles, you're my man. Unchained. I hate that deck, but
You think this is good for Unchained? Enough for Unchained?
Yeah, the deck already inherently beats Unchained, but Cosmic just makes sure they can't really do anything. Book of Eclipse also just for Purely, and this card Nibiru, I don't really think it's like that good.
Yeah.
During the Columbus regional we went through, like I Nibiru this Unchained player and he like played through it and I was feeling like sad. But
Nice.
yeah, that's the deck.
Word. Any changes you'd make up front, or just gonna wait for Agov to really gotta test more?
Yeah, gotta test more. Definitely 2 Dreaming Town though. 2 Dreaming Town. I want to test around with 3 M-Pen, but.
You think the deck's a good choice going into Agov, maybe?
Yeah, I think especially like for Indy and Richmond, I think people are gonna be so wrapped up into like Purely because that gets better with like SP, Rescue Ace. It gets better because of the Sinful Spoils cards. So I think everybody's gonna be like wrapped up like in those. I think this is gonna be sleeper and no one's gonna be siding for it. I heard people were signing like set rotation Zombie World. Like that's wild. Like,
Yeah.
Like this deck is really strong. I remember. I think the last week versus you, I was able to tribute something I had, and then there could only be one for Nibiru.
Yes, that was crazy.
Yeah, like this deck has so many outs to so many things. It rewards like good gameplay. Like I know a lot of people hate it, but the deck is pretty nice.
Ever since Statue got banned, I think it really has shown the deck off to be a more skill-expressive deck. It's a cool deck, and I think you're very good with it. Very much congratulations on your first place, and looking forward to what you do at Indy and going forward. So thank you for the deck profile, and we'll be seeing you guys later. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you guys later. Bye.
Thanks.